Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. And as always, it's a pleasure getting Jimmy first on. He's now 14 wins with 3 defeats, with 4 wins by knockout, and he's having his final fight this weekend against Karl Sampson over 4 rounds in Bradford. And yes, glad to get you on as always, and especially on fight week when you're busy. I do appreciate your time.
Oh, listen, mate, I always try and make time for you, Sam, and pleasure to be on here, buddy. How are you doing? Are you keeping good?
Yes, mate, I'm very good. I'm very good. It's good.
Good man.
So yeah, I think I had you on before you fought. Was it Lewis Slavetsa? Is that how you say it?
Lewis Sylvester. No, I think no, I haven't spoke to you. We've only chatted once, haven't we?
No. I think we spoke. No, so we
Oh, have we?
spoke when. So when you beat. Yeah, no, I think we spoke maybe twice or 3 times.
Oh,
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I had you
apologies.
on the week before you fought Lewis. I do believe. Yeah, it
All
was.
right. Yes. There we go. There we go. You see, I definitely need to retire. Don't I? I've been banged in head too many times. My memory's gone.
But yeah, you fought Lewis at the Magnus Centre in Rotherham back in October. Talk about that fight. Unfortunately, it wasn't your night.
Want my night, mate. Unfortunately, training had gone really well. I made the weight. I looked fantastic on the scales. I actually took 5 pounds. I took 5 pounds of water out on the morning of the weigh, and I only usually do 3 pounds. So I might have stressed my body a bit too much, but no excuses. Louis Sylvester, he caught me with a really good one early on. I stumbled, got back up. It was a heavy knockdown.
Just got caught cold, didn't you?
Got caught cold, but I got back up, and then on the third, I did get knocked down 3 times in the first round, but on the third time of getting up, I was on pretty good legs. I felt like I could have carried on, but again, referees there to make a decision. I think if it was in America, it'd have carried on, but it was. I got caught cold, and that's why this and fair play to Louis Sylvester, good guy. He's a skillful boxer, and he's got Sam Noakes next, hasn't he?
That's
Next
going to be
week.
a good fight, isn't it?
That is going to be a good fight. It's a tough fight for him, but he knows that Sam Noakes is not 12 out of 12. But I'll tell you what, I think Sylvester's got the style to beat him. He's very slick and quick, and if anyone can beat him with that style, it's Louis Sylvester. Yeah, and I wish him well. I hope he goes and goes and does it.
Of course, they're building up. Well, Queensberry are building up that Chamberlain Noakes, aren't they? Of course, they've got both. They've both got tough fights that they need to get through before they can face each other. Of course, Sam, as you said, got Lewis, very awkward, very slippery, would you say, sort of fighter, and yeah, former English champion. And then you've got Gavin Gwynn, who Mark Chamberlain's fighting, who's the European champion, Commonwealth he had as well, and British at one stage.
Yeah, when's Chamberlain and Gwynn? Is that on the same night?
No, that's in March on the Joshua Ngannou card, actually.
Oh, is it? Right, brilliant, brilliant. That's a good fight.
It's a good mix, isn't it? That's fighting.
It's a really good mix, mate. Yeah, it's a really good mix.
Who've you got for those two fights?
For those two fights, if Louis Sylvester can box and stick to a plan, Steffi Bull's a clever trainer. The thing is, can they do it for 12 rounds and keep Noakes off? Because he's very, very strong, very powerful. So it's a tricky one. I'm not sure on the Noakes is the favourite, but if anyone can beat him, Sylvester can. And I think Chamberlain will beat Gavin Gwynn. I think he's the southpaw skills will beat Gavin Gwynn, yeah. Even though Gwynn's massive for the weight and strong and durable and
wasn't his best performance last time out, was it? Because I had him down, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's it. I just think maybe Chamberlain's that youth, that bit of youth, and but Gwynn's tough, isn't it? Gwynn's tough, but I'm gonna pick Chamberlain on that one.
Yeah. But yeah, with your fight with Lewis, I mean, the heart you showed, you just kept coming back up, and you only had a minute to go. So, what was did you expect them to call it off, or you just wanted to fight? And but when you look back at it, do you think it's a good call?
It's a tricky one because I wanted to carry on fighting. I felt I was good, and if I'd have got, Lewis was pouncing on me, so um, maybe it would have kept knocking me down. Maybe if I'd have got through that round, I would have had a 10-round blooming really good fight. I'd have kept getting back up. I had my arms. I was like, no way, ref, but it's boxing, innit? I was absolutely gutted. I wanted to carry on, but refs made the decision. If it was in America, I've seen a lot blooming worse. Carry on,
Mm,
that's for sure. But it's done with now, innit? It's
it is what it is.
yeah, I was gutted, still gutted. I mean, it was my own stupid fault. I don't know why I threw a silly wide left hook. And I mean, for about a month after, even stuff, when you wake up in the middle of the night for the toilet for a wee, and I'm like still half asleep, and it just pops into my mind, why did you throw that shot? It's been in my head, but it is what it is. And I've had a good career, and sometimes
Is that one of the reasons why, like, no, I mean,
I know what you mean.
were you always like after that fight, whether you won the fight, were you always gonna sort of say that's you coming to the end of the career and
Do you know what? Being a fighter, learning the English, I'd have carried on. But I'm not going to lie to you. I thought about if I win the English, maybe I'll just retire on top. Maybe I'll just retire as the champion because my body hurts. My body's been, I'm 43 in March, 1 month away. I'm 43, and I've thought about, God, one more camp. Bloody hell, can I keep doing this? And I'm getting injuries left, right, and centre. God, I walked to the. I walked to drop my car off the other day, and my hip started it, and you're just like, so little things like that. Injuries. I'm always getting hand injuries, and the biggest one is the brain. So a lot of boxers, they don't know when to stop, and they have that one fight too many and end up punch drunk. Whilst I've still got one or two brain cells left, maybe got to quit whilst you're ahead. I've had a great career,
mm,
boxed on Sky twice, won a title, big
one on
knockout,
Sky, fought for the English title?
fought for the English, got a massive knockout reel. People, let's put it like this: 5% of all boxers who turn pro won't get to do what I've done. So I've got to be like flipping heck, be grateful. I've got a good career ahead of me on the other side of the ropes, working with Karl Sampson, working with a couple of lads. Maybe I'll
Mm,
set up my own management company, my own gym, my own training facility. So, I know everyone in boxing, and I'm learning, and I've learned a lot. So it's time to pass my experience onto
mm.
the youth and give a bit back. You know what I mean?
So talk about your upcoming final fight. I mean, you've got Karl Sampson in Bradford. Of course, it's your final fight, and you're topping the bill. How does that feel for your final fight?
Feels great. I've got a DJ for the after party. But look, Karl Sampson's a good fighter. I'm not. This isn't a given. He's a great boxer mover. I think he's just been awarded Away Fighter of the Year. He's turned a few good kids over as well.
Mm,
He can really box, really move. Comes from a good boxing family, and I've got to be on the A game. I've got to be on the ball. We'll hopefully go out on a high, get the win, and we've got a DJ for after, and have a bit of a knees up. I'll have a drink and thank everybody who supported me over the years, because I've had a great following and met some amazing people in boxing. Sam, there's some great people, as you know, from the officials to the doorman on the big shows, to the doorman on the little shows, to the amateur boxing gyms, the trainers. There's some good people in boxing, so it's been good to me. So I'll miss it. That's for sure.
hmm Talk about your final camp. Has it been a tough final camp for you, would you say?
I've only sparred a few. for this one, and it's been, I wouldn't say it's been the hardest, but I was still quite fresh from the English title. I went to Spain with Paula, my missus. So I had a little bit of, probably lost about £5 over there running in the sun. You know, I had a few Christmas pounds to lose. So that was nice. So yeah, and I'm always ticking over. I'm always in shape. So it's not. I'm not training for a 10-round title fight, but you know, I'm sharp.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
of course, yeah, you mentioned Karl Sampson. Of course, he does. I've seen him upset prospects on the road, and he fought on I think it was a Wasserman show, and he put the kid down.
Oh, I saw that. We're cracking. We're right, straight, right, left hook. It were a 1-2 left hook. Yeah, he's quick. He's sharp.
He's
He's
good.
coming slick. Oh, he's very evasive as well. He's very good on his feet. So yeah, I've got to be on the ball with him. You know, he's
People don't understand, like, half these journeymen, like, if they were a prospect, they could actually go quite far.
Yeah. Do you know what? If some of them were ticket sellers, we're in a business, aren't we? You know, you've got to sell tickets to get on to, you know, it's like, you know, a lot of unless you're an absolute standout amateur, and you've got the backing from Eddie Earn and good sponsors or GB, you know, you need to sell tickets, and if you don't, then they go on the road. And I understand why they do it, because it's not easy. It's that's another thing I won't miss. You know, running around. I've had someone the day on my I mean, he's a good mate of mine, Ben, and he won't mind me saying it. I've had people turning up at my house for a ticket when I'm blooming on the day of the weigh-in, in the morning of the weigh-in. I'm just getting out of the bath and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've had people ringing me up as I'm getting my hand traps. Oh, can we still get a ticket? Yeah, it's something crazy.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like people just leave it till last minute. So I won't miss that side of it. Karl Sampson could go and win titles if he boxed at home. But yeah, I corner Jake Pollard and Nabil Ahmed.
I saw you on was it TNT Sport when Jake fought? Was it Charlie Hickford? Was it?
I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. It was a good opponent. And when Frank Warren said go and have a good time in Lapland, because he was taking his kid to Lapland, wasn't he?
Mm.
Remember that? Yeah. So and Karl Frampton and Steve Bunce were commentating. Do you remember?
Yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah.
that
I was
one.
watching.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to Belfast with Jake Pollard in 2 weeks.
Is he? Oh yeah. So are you gonna be in his corner?
Yeah, yeah,
So are you
yeah.
Are you like a head coach, or are you like would you say like a cutman or sort of?
Yeah, well, I've got my trainers and seconds license, so I can be the main corner man and the second corner man. And I think there's a cutman course coming up, in a couple of months. I think I'm going to go on that as well, because all the experience is is worthwhile, isn't it? Hey, what about you, Sam? What do you want to keep interviewing people, or do you want to get involved in boxing yourself?
Well, I train a little bit. Yeah. So I do train a bit. But yeah, I do like doing these interviews.
Well, you're good with them, and you keep doing what you're doing. You know, there's no reason why you can't. You know, you're building the experience up. There's no reason why you can't be on the big stages and get old go. You know, get on
Mm.
knocking Eddie Earn's door or Frank Warren's and say, look, you know, sure you've seen me about on the circuit. You know, get me involved, or some of the media broadcasters. You can do it, mate. You keep cracking on with what you're doing, man. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, mate. Um, was you in the corner for Nabil v was it Paul Butler?
I was, mate. Yeah, yeah. Me and Callum Simpson were there for that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so does Callum also be in the corner as well?
He's just got his seconds, so he can be involved a little bit, because Mick Learmont, who he trains with as well, I think he's skunk light heavy or cruiser, I can't remember which. He wants to be, he's involved with that. So yeah, he comes and does a little bit with me from time to time. Does Callum? Yeah.
Mm. Um, But yes, what can we expect from you in your final fight Saturday?
I'm going to be trying to be light on the feet. Switched on. Boxing and move it. Like I said, part of me feels like I could carry on and I want to carry on, but we have to be sensible about it. And it's all right saying in your mind, "Oh yeah, we'll carry on, we'll carry on." It's then when you start doing the training camps and you start feeling it on your knees and your shoulders and your hands and everything else. So just expect, good performance from me. All being well, God willing, a win, and and go out in style.
Hmm. Can we expect a
Yeah.
knockout, or the usual saying that's just the bonus if it happens?
Yeah, I won't go looking for that. Just a win is I'll be happy with that. And just hopefully a good performance, and both men come out of that. I know Karl is a top lad, and I know his dad, and I know the family. I've sparred his brother a lot, and Shaq Thompson, who's another great prospect.
Mm.
Um, yeah, just both men leave the ring in one piece, and I'll have a beer with him after.
Hmm. And yeah, you mentioned that you how would you rate your career out of 10?
My career, out of 10, it depends what you're. Well, really, in terms of what I ever actually set out to do, I'd give it a 9 because I never even imagined winning a title or boxing for an English. Because 10 years earlier, I was an amateur and had about 5 amateur fights, and I was watching Tyrone Nurse win it on a big Sky Sports show. But now after I developed and became an okay boxer, quite a good boxer, I feel like I maybe underachieved a little bit because I wanted to go. A dream would have been a British or to win the English, but I can't complain either. So I don't know. What about you? Same question to you. What would you say about it?
About what, your career?
Yeah, out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say 8.59 sort of. I mean, you've won on Sky, you've won the Central Area title. I mean, that highlight real knockout's still going crazy. Yeah, boxed for the English title. You've headlined quite a few times. How many times have you headlined? 3 or 4?
Nah, more, probably 10.
10.
On small hall shows, and then the central area. When I boxed Brian Phillips, that's probably my favourite fight. Brian Phillips, best shot against Justin Yull. Again, that was the highlight, and then the two
Oh
highlights were
yes, of
probably
course, yes.
beating Corey Gibbs on Sky and Justin Yull for the title. Those are the highlights. But yeah, I think in terms of winning a central area, it's the lowest level title. But for my
Belt's
age, and
about.
but saying that, it's still not easy to get. And to say I've turned professional at 36, I can't complain, can I?
Mm.
You
What's
know,
like the one performance that's just like what's like been your favorite fight or favorite moment as a pro boxer?
well, my favourite fight was against Brian Phillips because we had a proper
Dust up.
close dust up 10 rounds. There was only 1 point in it, and it were an absolute screamer. It were a really good fight. There was a lot of skill shown. There was it was toe to toe. It was main event. It should have been for a title, really.
Was that not for the Central Area? I thought you defended it against Justin, or did you win it against Justin? I think you.
Now I won it against Justin. I was meant to be fighting Justin Newell, and he had a medical
Oh
discrepancy
yes.
a couple of days before. So Brian Phillips was training for a fight and was like ready to fight. So he came in, and we both came in at 9 stone 9. But for some reason they weren't able to sanction it in time for the title or something. So yeah, which was a big shame. But anyway, yeah. So favorite fight, Brian Phillips. Highlight had to be winning the title and boxing Gibbs on Sky Live. 2 highlights. Yeah,
Hmm. And
yeah.
before I let you go, do you want to thank,
No
as
problem.
always, Jonathan, managers, trainers, just anyone who's helped you in your career?
Yeah, mate, everybody, you know, first and foremost, everybody who supported me, family, everyone, the supporters have been amazing. And if it weren't for them, none of it would be possible. And then my two trainers, Chris Aston, who's also my manager, Mark Hurley, all the amateur guys that I've worked with over the years. God, all my sponsors as well, you know, everyone that's ever helped me out. Yeah, you know, just yeah, can't thank them enough. It's been a great journey, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
And from me,
Yeah,
Jimmy, thank you for your time and good luck Saturday. All the best, mate. Go and get that win.
absolute pleasure, mate. And yeah, keep smashing it, pal. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Jimmy. Bye. Good luck.
See you, mate. All the best.